Lötschental, a beautiful, cozy mountain valley in the heart of Switzerland. Lötschental is an isolated valley with 4 villages housing around 1,500 people. In the villages of Kippel, Blatten, Willer and Verden. Lötschental is best known for its unique local custom involving the so-called Tschäggättä. These guys are frightening figures wearing fur pelts and creepy carved wooden masks, walking the streets at night during February, the month of Carnival, harassing and intimidating the locals by rubbing their gloves or snow in people's faces. The custom developed during the valley's history of relative isolation, though its exact origins are a matter of debate.
It's a local tradition and they love scaring people.
Let's learn more about this unique tradition at this private Tschäggättä mask carving workshop. These masks will give you nightmares for life.
This is where they make all these gorgeous masks. Some are very old, but some have a modern feel.
The eye holes are extremely tiny, so you will never know who is behind the mask. The privacy of Tschäggättä is a sacred mystery in Lötschental.
Apparently, these bells are very heavy. Holy moly, people walk around with this?
Sadly, none of these masks are for sale. They are considered sacred to Lötschental.
So after the backpack is on, they slap on a bunch of fur. So it makes the costume way more intimidating. Now the cool thing is, there's cushions inside. So it's a bit more comfortable than having wood straight on your face. So can you imagine me coming at you at night? You become a different person altogether.
Now before we join the main Tschäggättä event, let's explore the valley of Lötschental, starting at the gorgeous village of Blatten.
The sun is out, it's an absolute gorgeous day here in Lötschental.
Lötschental is located in the canton of Valle, known as the Southern California of Switzerland for its 300 days of sun. Fresh, clean, crisp mountain water fountains can be found all around the valley.
Wow, fresh Alp water, hard to beat.
During the winter months, you can expect lots of ice, so bring good footwear. I wiped out myself a few times.
Good mountain shoes are a must. It's slipping and sliding otherwise.
While you stroll around the village, you will find many old Swiss chalets, with the oldest building in Blatten dating back from 1536.
These masks are everywhere. I can only imagine if you're a little kid and you've never seen this. You must be pooping your pants. It's creepy stuff. And enough firewood that would last the whole winter. They've been collecting hard throughout the summer.
Quite fascinating to find a modern church in such an ancient village. If you come by car, make sure your handbrake works.
Now I consider that some pro parking. Man, if you back it up just an inch further, you're going down.
Ending your stroll through Blatten with a warm, rich goulash soup at the Breithorn Hotel, loaded with juicy beef and vegetables.
There's nothing better than warm goulash soup on a cold day like this. Oh, that's rich.
Just 9 Swiss francs, $9 US. Also try out their warm apple punch. Perfect during these freezing winter months. Perhaps you will notice these gorgeous lettering on many Swiss buildings. This is the historic German Fraktur font.
This is the Genuss-Hofladen.
The cutest mountain shop in Switzerland is located in Ried by Blatten for a cozy, mouth-watering lunch. Incredible hospitality and an unprecedented level of detail. It was lunchtime, so I enjoyed a typical Swiss lunch, starting with an apéro. The Swiss always love a good alcoholic drink with every meal. Just look at this richly decked out table with Swiss delights, including this carrot soup with pear ice cream. The shop itself sells beef, sheep and goat meat, all local specialties.
Lamm Rauchfleisch.
Genau.
So this is the specialty, local specialty.
$6.50 US. Across the street, you will find the local sheeps.
The Tschäggättä suits are made from sheep fur.
Look mal. Ja.
Oh my god, that's so adorable. I'm never eating lamb again.
If a sheep surpasses 40 kilograms, it is time for the slaughterhouse. So sheepies, please stay on your diets. Sheeps are a popular animal for food and fur in Switzerland.
Hey little sheepy! Hey little sheepy! That's so adorable! Are you hungry?
The next village is Villach, where you will find the Zur Blauen Stube museum. Zur Blauen Stube goes into great depth on the Tschäggättä tradition, history, furs and the masks.
It's a local museum here dedicated to Tschäggättä.
The museum includes a stitching room where they make these belts out of sheep's and Bernardiner dog skins.
What? Oh, Bernardiner honden?
Ja.
Wow.
Here they also knit the Tschäggättä gloves. The next room is the paint room where all the natural powders are mixed. A mask carving room where you can carve your own Tschäggättä mask. But remember, it can take many weeks before actually finishing one.
So this is the wood carving process here. I can see why this takes 40 to 50 hours to make.
The amount of dedication to each Tschäggättä costume is immense. Costumes are completed with these giant Swiss bells, with symbols belonging to certain Swiss families. On the top floor of the museum you will find ancient Tschäggättä to the most modern ones.
The level of detail at this museum is quite astonishing. I mean, look at this. Here's Johnny.
The teeth in most masks are often taken from cows. The higher you go up into the museum, the creepier the masks get. As you can tell from these masks, the original masks from the 19th century weren't as scary as the ones they have today. In order to visit this museum, you will have to make a reservation on their website. Links below.
Now walking through the tiny village of Kippel, which is another village here in Lötschental.
With its iconic church and cozy typical Swiss alleyways. You may even run into these adorable black-nosed sheeps.
Oh, you got a really beautiful black nose.
Known in German as Walliser Schwarznausenschaft. Just check out these gorgeous horns.
These black-nosed sheep are the most adorable animal I've ever seen. That's so cute.
Next, the Lötschentaler Museum, which is another museum where you can learn all about the Tschäggättä tradition, with even more creepy masks to admire.
Holy smokes, guys, the Tschäggättä Hall of Fame.
They even have a special room with the oldest Tschäggättä masks known in Lötschental.
Now these are all the Tschäggättä classics, the oldest one being from 1790. I cannot believe this tradition is that old already.
Entrance to the Lötschentaler Museum is 6 Swiss francs, around $6 US.
Well, that's a big, it's a big zit. All right, now let's find out what it's like to dress up as Tschäggättä.
At night, I was invited to a secret Tschäggättä lair to take a look behind the scenes of this unique Swiss tradition. This huge collection of custom-made Tschäggättä masks was astonishing. The masks are called larve in the local language.
So this mask was last year's 3rd place.
The Tschäggättä wear old clothes inside out, with the fur facing outwards. They are covered by 2 pieces of sheepskin and goatskin, held together by a giant leather belt around their loins, with a massive loud cowbell known as a trichle. Tschäggättä is a tradition handed down over many generations. This is the oldest mask I could find here. I even tried on their most heavy mask.
The heaviest mask.
Yeah.
Oh my. I think my head is too small. But yeah, that's heavy. Oh man, how many kilos is this?
8, 10.
8-10 kilos. Holy smokes.
This lair has every piece available to assemble a successful Tschäggättä outfit before venturing out into the night. To be even more intimidating, Tschäggättä wear these giant backpacks to create these high broad shoulders. Large, heavy boots with sharp soles to prevent from sliding on the icy roads. These guys spent many hours putting these suits on. Even additional stitching is required to tidy up before heading out.
Zuerst einmal der 100 Kilo zu drücken.
The most difficult part, these belts with a gigantic cowbell. But once it's on, it stays on.
Wow.
Ganz gut stehen.
Easy going.
The most important part about this tradition is keeping everyone's identity a secret. The Tschäggättä first destination is Lonsa restaurant, where many out-of-town customers got a nice unexpected surprise. The loud bells can be heard from miles away, alerting you to stay inside.
They're invading every restaurant, every bar in town, scaring the public.
February is a special month in Lötschental. You could see Tschäggättä on the streets almost every day of the week. Tschäggättä will show up unannounced at every bar and restaurant in the valley, intimidating the guests with putting up a delightful show. Customers are often intimidated by being rubbed in their faces, especially if they misbehave. My best advice, do not act like a jackass around these guys. They will catch you. The Tschäggättä do not like cameras, so make sure to secure your equipment to avoid damage.
Oh boy. He does not look happy.
During my time in Lötschental, I stayed at Hotel Petersgraad, also located in the village of Kippel. Petersgraad restaurant is a great location to enjoy the Tschäggättä. Tschäggättä is such a fun tradition, and I truly hope it remains the same for many generations to come. Topping off this night with a bratwurst and rösti at Petersgraad. Do not expect a quiet, comfortable dinner in Lötschental. Instead, enjoy a bizarre night full of surprises.
Oh, I got captured! I got captured! Oh my god, I got captured! Oh!
I must have seen at least 6 to 7 Tschäggättä groups come by the bar throughout the night. Even their shoes are bagged up and duct taped, because shoes can reveal their identity, especially in a valley of only 1,500 people.
This is definitely one of the best traditions I've ever witnessed. It's such a fun tradition.
Lötschental is also famous for its fantastic powder to enjoy quality off-piste skiing and snowboarding at the 7th highest ski resort in Switzerland, called Lauchernalp. My advice, combine this with the Tschäggättä tradition for an unforgettable winter adventure in the Swiss Alps. My final tip, the Swiss Travel Pass. Train tickets in Switzerland can be extremely pricey, but save yourself a ton of money by purchasing the Swiss Travel Pass, starting at 280 Swiss francs, from which you can easily count out your savings. For more information regarding tips and discounts, navigate to reformat.com, on which you also find a very handy map with all the locations I mentioned in this video, plus 200 photos.
Oh!